Build creative confidence. Beat the inspiration addiction. Join the Writer's Gym. One of my favourite procrastination activities is reordering my bookshelves. I thought that it was a bad thing quite often because I can get a little bit overthinky about it and decide what is the best way of doing it. What is the most accurate for me way of doing it, where I'll be able to find the things I need when I need them, but also find it aesthetically pleasing behind me. And as with washing, cleaning, things like that, we know that writers would make a damn good cleaning service when they are on deadlines. That's not normally when I do it. I've realised that actually what I thought in this particular case was a procrastination activity turns out to be quite a good unblocking activity. Writer's block, and let's face it, any other block, doesn't come along when we don't care about things, when they just need to get done and they're over. It's when they matter to us, when we really would like it to go well. And what I found is that rejigging where my books are allows my bookshelf to more closely reflect who and where I'm at this time. And every few months, that does change. I can look at my bookshelf behind me in this episode and see that there are things that are more relevant to the work I'm doing now that are different to how it was 6 months ago. And I actually think I've discovered something that might be healthy rather than unhealthy, which is noticing the assumptions that we have about ourselves. Creatively, I've also found it very helpful to move my diary around. So whereas previously I thought one day a week where nothing that isn't writing happens was the best way, I've now found it's just one of the best ways. Another best way is to have the mornings for writing and the afternoons for people. And I found that what that does is it helps me incorporate the frustration. When I do need to stop and do other things, I do find that if I'm writing down keywords, I can find, and doing other things like that, I can find my way back to what I was thinking, the mental state I was in at the time. And it's been just so incredibly helpful to take that pressure off myself. And rather than think I'm doing this wrong, or I shouldn't be doing this, or the fact that I'm not a full-time writer, I'm a writer and coach, has anything to say about the quality of any of what I do, it doesn't need to stop me. I can still write just as well as I would have done if writing was the only thing that was happening. But I'm also finding my life more fulfilling because of the interactions. That's something that really works for me. So I'm looking at my bookshelf now behind me, and I'm really enjoying the work, or is it play, that I have put into it. And I know it's going to change in another 6 months. I know it's not about whether I've done it right or not. It might just be about the process itself, that I can come back to that and find that by doing that, by standing up from my desk, by moving things around, when I come back to that desk, I come back mentally refreshed. What I've learned from moving things around on my bookcase about me as a writer, I think, is that moving around of all of these kinds that I've mentioned is a good thing. And I think the results that it brings out of me are better than if I were just sitting at my desk all day. I can tell you that my spinal column absolutely agrees. So that brings me to my question. You'll have heard me ask a few writers over the last couple of series, are you a one project at a time person? Or are you a palette cleanser person? Now, I am a palette cleanser person. I want to have more than one writing project. So right now there's a non-fiction project, there's a short story project, and there's an ongoing novel. And a couple of things have earlier deadlines than others, but I'm honestly finding that I feel more refreshed when I come back to them. I might be kidding myself. I'll never know, but I don't think I am. I want to know about you. Are you a one thing at a time person, or are lots of things that you can skip between at a time person? And what does it do for you? How does it help? I'd love to get a conversation going with this. Please do let me know what you think in comments on the podcast or at Join the Writer's Gym on Instagram. I'm going to be posting about it there as well. And I'd really like to know, because one of the most important things that a writer can ever know is that how they get stuff done is not going to look like how somebody else does. So I'm hoping we disagree. It's not really disagreeing. It's finding out what are the things that work for me and how come. Let's get this conversation going. You've visited the Writer's Gym with author and coach Dr. Rachel Knightley. Production and sound design are by Ashley Lexine, and theme music is by Chris Gregory. To join a Writer's Gym workout online or in London as a guest or as a member, visit writersgym.com or email thewritersgym@rachelknightley.com.